Emmanuel Haro's father's lawyer speaks out. Man, this dude is definitely singing for his supper.
P-A-S-C-A-L. You are now rocking with that dude, Pascal.
What's up? Emmanuel's father, Jake Haro, has a lawyer. His lawyer has come out. Yeah, he looks like a mafioso. He looks like he's part of some sort of mob with that suit. But regardless, he has been out here. He's been speaking out a lot on behalf of Jake, not Rebecca, which I think is a very interesting situation. Now, I understand that maybe she has her own representation, and if she doesn't have her own representation, then that's really jacked up that Jake would have representation, but Rebecca would not have any type of legal protection here too. But nonetheless, these two are in some serious trouble, all right? They're in some serious trouble, and there's a lot coming to them, okay? Justice is most definitely coming to them very, very soon. But we got to hear what his lawyer has to say. And like I said in the very beginning of this video, it feels like this guy is definitely singing for his supper. He's just doing his job, okay? The fact that anyone, even if you are representing him or not, and you have to because that's your job, it's hard to sit here and look at the information that he's giving us here and not go, man, do you really believe what's even coming out of your own mouth? Real talk. Do you really believe everything that's coming out of your mouth right now? But I digress. Let's take a look at this video because, again, it's very telling and it's very, very interesting.
Mario.
This morning, I spoke exclusively with the attorney for Emmanuel's father, who tells a different story, saying the couple's been working with investigators, turning over phones, laptops, and passwords, all connected to the desperate search of their baby, who's been missing for nearly a week now.
So now they're sitting here saying that they're being cooperative. Now they're going, no, we're cooperating. We gave out our cell phones, our hard drives, we gave away our laptops, our iPads, etc., just to be as transparent as possible. Yet, there's been stories and information out here saying that you guys were deleting security cam footage, that you guys weren't cooperating with police. So are the police just straight up lying to the general public? Saying that you guys were not being cooperative? So again, make that make sense. Let's continue though. They're just trying to save face in the court of public opinion. Real talk, but let's continue.
Seem law enforcement is doing anything to find this child.
That message from the attorney representing Emmanuel's father.
He's holed up in his house with his family because they are not getting the support that they need. They have people trampling on their property. They have death threats being made.
The 7-month-old was reported missing by his mother, allegedly kidnapped on Thursday of last week in a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa.
Someone said hola to me, and that's all I remember. I woke up on this floor.
Okay, we're gonna
panicking for my son because I
couldn't be farther.
We're gonna skip ahead a little bit, but you mean that you can miss me with the nonsense, with them sitting there saying we feel that the police aren't helping, they're not doing enough. You guys are holed up in your home. You guys aren't doing anything. Police are consistently going over to your home every single day. Okay, there were other foundations like the Uvalde Foundation for Kids that was willing to help, but then they left because of your lies. You guys lied. Stop with this nonsense. Let's continue.
From the truth.
I can tell you that Jake and his wife have not slept. They have not ate. They are doing everything in their power to try to find their son.
They're trying everything in their power to stay inside that home and not be harassed by the outside forces, okay, of good that are trying to expose these evil people. Let's be real. These guys did it. I'm sorry. Until we have some smoking gun evidence that shows otherwise, that's what I'm going to say. Because you got police looking into their home. You got police diving in all to their stuff. You got that black eye that she received that was received well in advance from the day that this young boy went missing. There's too many loopholes. There's too many inconsistencies. Sorry. The fact that you guys aren't even out there, boots on the ground, trying to find your kid, actively getting out there and doing something, leading the charge, and trying to grab volunteers to get out there in these streets to try to find your kid says a lot. It speaks volumes, y'all. The police are doing a lot to try to find this kid. This is insulting, guys.
Major concern at this point is how do you find your son when law enforcement has your vehicle? Law enforcement has every way that you can contact the outside world.
Are you kidding me? Sorry. What? How can you? What? You know you got friends with phones. You know you got friends with cars. So you can always hit up a friend, okay? You don't have friends? that can hit you up or pull up to the house at least and say, what's up? You can't walk to a local store or go to a house nearby and just be like, hey, can I borrow your phone so I can just make a phone call to a friend? You mean to tell me all means of communication is completely shut off? Stop it, y'all. You don't think families coming in and out of that house every single day to check in on this family? Come on, man. This is some BS.
How do they participate in the search? They're limited financial means, and it's very clear that their own community is going against them without any definitive evidence that they did anything wrong.
You got cops coming out and saying they're not cooperating. You got inconsistencies in Rebecca's story. You got a rap sheet, which they're showing right here, showing that this man, Jake from State Farm, has a history of violence towards littles. He spent 6 months in prison for viciously putting his hands on his own kid. All right? This lawyer is singing for his supper. This is a narrative, and this is a perspective I ain't never seen before, at least in this particular situation. They've had plenty of opportunities to do something. Here's another thing I want to point out. There's been plenty of people that would have been more than willing to get out there and help. You don't need finances to go out there and get people together, get a bunch of volunteers. That's why they're volunteering to go out there and try to find your son while you lead the charge. You don't just stay holed up in your home and not do anything. That looks suspicious as hell. Doesn't that remind you of another case we covered a year or so ago? I'm just saying, this screams another case. I'll just leave it at that.
Court records show Jake pled guilty to child cruelty charges in a separate 2018 case out of Riverside County. He's currently on probation for those charges after he was convicted and jailed in 2023.
He is currently on probation for that case. He did not serve 4 years in state prison as being reported. He reached that deal through a plea agreement, so he did plead guilty. He acknowledged his role in that situation, and there was more than one person convicted. None of that has been relayed through the media whatsoever.
Yes, there's more than one person that did it, for sure, okay? Or more than one person that's involved in the situation, because clearly that kid received injuries that were beyond just her getting dropped in the sink, for sure, okay? They're both in the wrong. Yes, they were both convicted, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that he didn't change his ways. That doesn't mean that he turned over a new leaf and became a better person. His rage and his anger can still be right there, and what could be the cause of why Rebecca received that black eye and why Emmanuel Haro is gone, is nowhere to be found. But again, like I said, this lawyer's, he trying to get that paycheck.
Hughes tells me the family received a tip over the weekend, a possible sighting of baby Emmanuel out of Bakersfield, and claims that law enforcement hasn't followed up on it. Well, I checked this morning with sheriff's officials here in San Bernardino who say detectives have been made aware of that tip but won't comment any further, saying the investigation is ongoing.
Now they're sitting there saying, oh yeah, the kid is over there. We got a tip that there was a kid and it looked a lot like our kid and he's over there now. You see the ridiculousness that's coming out of their mouths? They're trying to hustle everybody. They're trying to throw people off. Oh, we heard a tip over there in Bakersfield. Go over there. Come on, guys. Stop with the nonsense, okay? This situation, and here it is. If it's true, I'm hoping that police are doing what they need to do, diving into that information. But for a fact, police already know what's going on here. Okay, if there's things that were found inside the home, cadaver dogs went in and out of the house, etc., for a fact something's not right with this situation. I truly do not think that this woman lost her child in the Big 5 parking lot. I truly don't. Now, again, there is still a possibility that the people like myself that believe that she is lying could be wrong. There's still a sliver of a possibility that we could be wrong. But I'm telling you right now, they're fabricating things and they're trying to cover their own butt because they don't want to get caught or in trouble for doing what they inevitably did. This lawyer is just coming in and trying to throw the people off. That's all it is, okay? I get this lawyer is doing his job, but he most definitely is doing his job, okay? What the parents should be doing right now, more than anything, they should be out there boots on the ground, looking for Emmanuel, but they're holed up in their home, saying that they're scared for their lives. I get the concern for their own safety, but at the same time, if they're actively getting out there and trying to find their kid, and they have friends that are willing to protect them while they're out there, they can still get the job done in trying to find Emmanuel if what they claim is true. But I do not believe it. Anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think? Do you believe the lawyer? Do you believe this family or no? Comment down below. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk here soon. I'm hoping some more clarity comes out very, very soon. Right now, it feels like we may never see where this kid is or never find out where this kid is. And that scares the hell out of me. I'm going to be real. And I hope that's not the case. But like I said, fingers crossed, guys. It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.